You are tuned into the 5-Minute Signal, Mental Fortitude. I'm Riz Kale, cognitive strategist. This is not a self-help podcast. This is a tactical brief for optimizing your internal operating system. We don't do positive thinking here. We do strategic execution. 5 minutes on the clock, let's get to work. Arizona State University published research in February 2026 that should concern anyone in their 40s or 50s. Americans born in the 1960s and 70s are reporting unprecedented levels of loneliness, depression, cognitive decline, and physical weakness compared to earlier generations at the same age. This pattern is almost entirely absent in peer nations like Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. The American midlife crisis has evolved. It's no longer about existential angst or sports cars. It's about structural collapse, chronic financial stress, caregiving burdens with zero institutional support, rising healthcare costs that force impossible trade-offs, social networks that eroded slowly over decades until isolation became the default. Your brain's cognitive reserves are depleting faster than your parents' generation, and education, once protective, no longer buffers the damage. Here's why it matters. Mental fortitude doesn't exist in a vacuum. It depends on infrastructure, social connection, economic stability, predictable access to healthcare, meaningful work, and time that isn't consumed by survival logistics. Americans in midlife are operating in an environment where that infrastructure has been systematically stripped away. You're managing aging parents with inadequate elder care systems. You're raising children in an economy where childcare costs rival mortgage payments. You're working longer hours for wages that haven't kept pace with cost of living increases for 40 years. And you're doing all of this with weakened social ties because American culture prioritizes individual achievement over communal support. The National Institute on Aging confirms that cumulative stress load, the compounding effect of unrelenting, unresolved stressors, erodes cognitive reserve faster than acute trauma. Your brain isn't failing, your environment is hostile. The hard truth: this isn't a personal failure. It's systemic erosion designed into the architecture of American life. Every other developed nation provides robust healthcare, elder care infrastructure, affordable childcare, guaranteed vacation time, and employment protections that reduce chronic stress exposure. The United States offers none of these as baseline guarantees. The result is a generation sandwiched between impossible demands with no structural support and told their exhaustion is a mindset problem. Resilience rhetoric becomes a weapon. You're instructed to meditate through financial precarity, journal your way out of caregiving burnout, and practice gratitude while your cognitive capacity degrades under unrelenting load. That's not fortitude training. That's gaslighting dressed up as self-improvement. The loneliness, the depression, the weakness, these aren't character deficits. They're predictable outcomes when an entire generation is ground down by forces they can't control individually. Here's the actionable move. 1. Stop internalizing systemic failure as personal inadequacy. If you're struggling in midlife and the data shows your entire cohort is struggling identically, that's not coincidence. That's infrastructure collapse. Recognizing this doesn't fix the problem, but it stops you from wasting cognitive resources on self-blame. 2. Prioritize social connection with the same urgency you'd apply to a medical diagnosis. Loneliness accelerates cognitive decline and mortality risk more than smoking. Schedule it, protect it, treat it as non-negotiable maintenance. 3. Build redundancy into your support systems. American infrastructure assumes you can handle everything alone. You can't. Identify which loads you're carrying that could be distributed or outsourced, even minimally. Ask for help before you collapse, not after. Your fortitude is real, but it can't compensate indefinitely for a system built to break you. I'm Riz Kale. This has been the 5-Minute Signal. Stay sharp.